Morning.
Good morning, welcome back to our channel. Today is Sunday morning, so today our task is the solar panels.
How exciting.
Very exciting, a bit scary, but
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay, so let's flash back to when we started our solar panel journey. We went online, we looked at all of the different things you could possibly buy, and I was going down the route of let's buy a kit because I'm not an electrician. You any good at electrics?
No.
No. And it had everything that you needed in the kit. It had a wiring diagram for everything that you were going to install. And I thought that's perfect. Looked at it, sent it to my uncle, who's an electrician,
Handy.
and he said, whoa, that's too expensive. And I was like, oh, all right. So what we did is we picked apart all of the items on the kit and went on Amazon, went on different websites and found the cheapest parts of the exact same unit of each thing. And I think we saved something like £600 in the end, which is a lot of money.
Yeah, so it's a good tip if you're planning on doing solar panels.
And he offered to help install them.
Which is even better.
So that's where we're going today. We're going to his. And I think, well, we've only got a short period of time today.
Yeah, we've got my sister's birthday meal with my family this afternoon, so we've got up early so we can try and get a good amount done this morning. Yeah.
I think we're going to just have time to actually get the panels on the roof and get them watertight. I think we're still waiting on the batteries to be delivered. I think you'll find if you order batteries from a company, I can't remember where we got ours from, but because they're a hazardous, dangerous product,
A hazard.
hazardous,
That's not a word, is it?
hazardous.
It's just a hazard, isn't it?
No, it's hazardous
Hazardous.
product, and they have to go through networking chains to get to the UK. So we're still waiting on
Sounds
this.
technical.
But I think that's like the last thing you need, just plug it into the battery.
It's very exciting.
Yeah. So we're going to try and capture everything that we do so that you guys have the best idea on what's happening.
Yes. See you there.
See you there.
Ciao.
First job this morning is to clean the top of the van because it's got a lot of algae on it. Take a look. It's our first time on the roof.
Here we are. Miles is working hard cleaning the roof. Good job. Good job. It's sunny, not raining.
So which end do you think the electrics want to be? This end, doesn't it? Towards the back.
How's it looking?
And then the fan's going to go just up here
Yeah.
in the middle.
Cool.
And then we've still got a little bit of space
For a hammer. Of course.
our decking.
Well, you got the wires at this end, that one, but that end, this
Have
one.
I? Well pointed out, Liz.
Thank you.
Maybe just leave a tiny gap in between the two panels. What do you reckon, Stu?
I don't know. It's good, isn't it?
It's pretty much the equal distance on this side, so we can still access the
The roof mounts.
roof mounts.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can come back down to this one and across and make up a frame with that.
It'd be good, wouldn't it? I found some Allen key screws,
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
stainless steel. I've got some nylock and nuts there. Probably do with some more washers. So you're gonna have to probably re-drill a pair through the middle.
I'm just looking at the dimensions for this Max Air fan. So it just says 400 by 400, but if you look at the picture, it's got this lid that comes down and closes, and then it lifts up. So I don't know if the opening's 400 by 400 or the lid.
The overall dimension.
Yeah.
Mars was just measuring out the fan to see where that's going to go, as that will depend on where we place the solar panels. So we're just working that out now before we fix them down.
Okay, so what we got here, we got some roofing nuts. They're self-tapping bolts. So I don't know if you can see it or not, but they've basically got these washers on the top, and they've got the rubber gasket around the washer. So we're going to take these off, and then we're going to use this washer as we're going to put a bolt through with a nut on the other side, and then it will crimp down, and this rubber washer should expand around and stop any leakages through the roof. But if you come up, okay, we've got our bolt here with the washer on. I'm going to have to re-drill 2 new holes either side. I think we're just going to put one in. 1 hole per corner. Pop those through. Put another one of these washers on the underside. Put those through, like so. And then obviously the nut goes on the end and fixes it all up. We will use some adhesive as well to just be super careful so that there's no leaks. Because you don't want any leaks in your roof. And that's it. I'm quite happy with the size of the panels. We've still got access to these. These are our roof mounts for doing a roof rack. And I think I'm going to make my own roof rack up so that we can use this space here at the back still and put a ladder on the back door so that we're still able to use some of the roof space. We've left enough room at the front for a fan. So we need to order that next and get that in as well. Right, let's do it. See that? Down here. Is it fine? Which way do you want to go? Back more? You're not able to get a nut on that? Let me pilot it with a bigger bit. Drill it out. Problem we've got is I've drilled into the support bar underneath, which is a big void. So it's whether we can get a bolt through there, the nuts are through there to catch the bottom of the bolt. Maybe just drill a hole.
Hey?
Maybe just drill a hole big enough to get so you can see it. Alright, that's one done. Before we go crazy with it, we need to get these cables all plugged in, don't we? So that's Stu just core drilling out around the support bar to get access to the nut on the inside. And then I'm going to give it a nice healthy dose of silicone in there to reduce any sort of leaks. We all know what I'm like with some leaks. We've had leaky windows. And you'll see as it tightens up, this washer, see them starting to expand out. Right, just to catch you up, we've got to the wiring part now. Before we drill down this end of the panel, we want to be able to access the wires and make sure that they're all correct. Also, we want to think about how these will stop rattling on the roof, because if they're rattling around as we're driving around, that's going to drive us insane. So we've got some foam that we're going to use and just wrap them around the cables and sandwich them between the panel and the top of the roof. Because we've got 2 panels, each panel has its own positive and negative, which would obviously go down to the inverter. I say obviously, but I don't really know. But they go down to the inverter. So what we've got here are some connectors. So I've got both of the negatives going into one, and both of the positives going into one. So that way it will just be a single positive and negative going down into the van. And here is a little cap that we've got to put on the van to get those cables down and in. But this doesn't quite fit any of the shape of the van, so we're going to have to use a load of silicone, I think, to kind of correct it. This is the charge controller that we have. So this should technically plug in these cables that we have. So we're going to see what it requires. So yeah, so there's no actual plug on here for these to go into, so we're going to end up cutting the cable and wiring it into the actual wiring part on the controller here. But that goes inside the van, that doesn't go on the roof. What we're doing now is literally trying to get these cables from the roof down into the van, all weather sealed, and so that they don't rattle like crazy when we drive around. Got some tubing here. Goes on the cable, tucks in around, and then big strap. So here's our positive cable, which will go in the red hole, like so. And then we got our negative cable, which will go in the black hole, like so. And that is that. These two cables now need to go down into the van, and the rest of this can just get hidden underneath the solar panels when we can finish fixing down the solar. Okay, so these are the cables all hidden in under the panels now, and it does hold the panel up a little bit because of that foam, but once they're bolted down, that stops anything from rattling around, which is what we want. So we're all good. So what we've just done there is we've got compression gland here, which is the end on it, which we've cut off, which you see here, which left us with a nice section to put into the van and a clean hole. This is to stop any chafing of the wires on the metal roof, and then this will be able to sit straight over the top of it, and it should look nice and tidy. It's expensive, these wires, weren't they?
There we are.
Now I'm just going to buzz it through a couple of screws, hold it in place. So here we go, we've got the voltmeter connected up to the ends which are coming through the ceiling, and we are getting error.
Great stuff.
No, Lucy's got the connections on. I think you might be on the rubber on this one. You'll hold it on the metal.
Oh, here we go.
Hold it up on the metal there. Yeah, we're getting readings coming through, which is good.
Which
good
is
news.
good. It means it's working.
It means there's power coming through these.
I got
These
the
ends.
power.
We're very happy.
Yeah.
Neat
So
job.
these are the screws that are coming through from that case, and these are the bolts from the solar panels, and these are the bits that we were talking about earlier, having to drill out so that we could get to those nuts at the top there. But it looks pretty neat to me. I'm very happy with what's gone on. It's the start, and some point next week we're gonna think about putting, well, we are going to put all the solar stuff here, and the two batteries are going to go here next to the wheel arch, which will dip into the kitchen slightly, which won't matter too much, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, groovy. Like and subscribe.